Hey guys, it's Rob from Team DBZ Biscuit again, back with another new deck profile, another twist on one of my old favorites. Those who have subscribed to the channel for a while know I love Dark Worlds, and now between Emmanuel and myself, we've managed to incorporate Kaijus into Dark World. So let's take a build and see what this wonderful deck has to offer. Start off with the 1/4 Tour Guide. Tour Guide will special summon any level 3 Fiend type monster, hence Brow, hence Fiendish Rhino. Alright. I run 1 silver and 1 gold, just basically because the only way I have of getting them out really is not even tribute summoning. I use them for fodder for gates, I use them for fodder for dealings, and drag down to the graves. But yet, level 5s. One of the heroes of the deck. Dark World build, Snow. Snow searches any Dark World card as long as it's sent from your hand to the graveyard by a card effect of your own, and if it should be sent by your opponent's card effect, makes it even more interesting. Then it becomes a monster reborn for a monster from their graveyard. Fun stuff. Next up, we got 3 Brows. Brow is good for summoning, bounce, get Graph out. Also, if you play him for gates, you get to draw 2 instead of 1. Or if you dump him for dealings, you get to draw another 1. You know, he's multitasking in this deck. And again, as I said before, Fiendish Rhino. Fiendish Rhino, absolutely amazing in this deck because A, he's grabbable with Tour Guide. You exceed with him into a Leviathan Dragon or a Nightmare Shark. You disconnect him, and then his effect goes off in the graveyard, in which you can get your Grapha to the grave, so you can just summon a normal Dark World monster and bring out Grapha. Speaking of the man, here's Grapha. Grapha's amazing. Grapha is an inherit summon out of the graveyard, so therefore he's not subject to things such as Necrovaliant, Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. He pops when he's sent from your hand to the grave, whether it be by your card effect or your opponent's. And then, if it happens to be by an opponent's card effect, he will still randomly pick 1 card out of your opponent's hand. If it's a monster, it is special summoned to your side of the field, which makes him stupid. He's absolutely stupid in this deck. Beige. Beige is a great card because you can pitch Beige for gates. It's a special summon. You can bounce him, grab a Grapha if you should have the graveyard for it. And then you can normal summon him, bounce, and get another Grapha, which is pretty stupid if you ask me. That is, next up, here comes the Kaiju part of it. I run 2 of the Kaiju Sea Turtle. Honestly, this is the one I'm going to give to my opponent. It really has no other purpose other than that. And the funny thing about Kaijus, they're tributes. That means things like Quasar Dragon. That things like Stardust Dragon, Zenmanes, anything, XYZs, Pendulums, you name it. They can't stop getting a Kaiju monster. One of my favorite cards, Apex Avian, can't stop a Kaiju summon because it's being tributed off. It's ridiculous. The other Kaiju part of this deck is the Kaiju Sticky String, the spider. Honestly, this is the one. I give you my turtle. I want to be able to special summon this thing to the field so I can kill the turtle and leave you monsterless. And that does it for the monster lineup. It's a pretty stout monster lineup. I believe about 20 monsters. But honestly, Emmanuel and I playtested this. Epic playtest. It was great. As I remember, he was playing Turbo Synchrons. He was playing Synchro monsters. He absolutely made Quasar Dragon, and then in the next turn, I just gave him the Sea Turtle, or I gave him Sticky String. I don't remember what one I gave. I just gave it to him, but it was great. Now for the trap lineup. 1 Solemn Warning. 1 Solemn Warning. You know, negates the summon, negates the special summon. It's awesome. Pay 2K, small price to pay when you're swinging away for 3K. Next, I play 2 Solemn Strikes. 2 Solemn Strikes because 3 is just too much life points to pay, I feel. You know, paying over, let's see, 3K here, 45. You add warning, that's 65. You're down to 1,500. You could be cowboyed in 2 turns. But again, warning. Thank you, Konami. Great card. Does not only stop special summons, it'll stop effects from activating. Incredible. And that's the trap lineup. 3 trap cards, which is insane. But in this world, this game has gone insane. My 1/4 in the spell cards, Regeki. 1 Regeki, just destroy all monsters on the field. 1 Fires the Doomsday. When Emmanuel suggests that I play this, it's an insane card because you can bring out Grappa with it. Because you play it at the end of your opponent's turn, you get your tokens, and then you tribute off your 2 tokens to some normal summon a Grappa. Whoever thought? Grappa, normal summon. Stupid, right? Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. Only good when I have a Kaiju in my deck. Granted, you know, which isn't very often, but I still run one of them just for that purpose. You know, you got that really tough monster on the other side. You activate a Kaiju Slumber. You know, you get to ban, or it gets destroyed. You get to banish it at the end of the turn, if I'm not mistaken. You get to add that Kaiju to hand. You take that really tough monster. Give them a sea turtle. My opinion. Foolish Burial. Quicker way to get Grappa to the grave so you can just start, you know, inherit summoning Grappa. In this build, I run 2 MSTs. Honestly, you know, I still have very mixed feelings about Twin Twister. I still think MST is better because Starlight Road is such a thing. Starlight Road, I mean, if it's a Twin Twister, you pay the cost. They activate Starlight Road, they get a Stardust Dragon. It's really not worth the aggravation. That's why I choose MSTs over Twin Twisters. Next up, it's a mostly dark deck. Thank you, Konami, for being smart enough to bring Allure back to 2. Allure is great. You draw 2, you banish a dark. It's a good card. Now back into the Dark World engine. 2 Drag Down to the Graves. Again, it's my insight card to whatever you're playing. If I can play it in turn 1, I will. You're gonna pitch a Dark World monster. You're gonna pitch something that I want. That basically I want you to pitch anyway. I don't care if you pitch my Bravo, I'm drawing 2. My Snow, I'm still getting my search, plus I'm drawing. Grappa, I'm popping. I mean, it's ridiculous. Go ahead, dump my Fiendish Rhino. I still get the effect to send Grappa to the grave. It's ridiculous. Next, key part of the Dark World, 3 Dark World Dealings. Dark World Dealings, draw 1, discard 1. Draw 1, discard Snow, search for gates. Activate gates, pitch a Brow, banish Snow, draw 2 more. God, it's pretty silly. And then of course, wouldn't be Dark World without the Gates of Dark World, the field spell card, which allows you to banish 1 Dark World monster or Fiend type monster from the grave. It's a Fiend type monster from the grave. And then discard a Dark World monster, draw, and draw 1 card. If it's Brow, draw 1. If it's Snow, search 1. If it's Grappa, pop 1. If it's Gold, Silver, they come out. Beige even comes out. Bounce them back to hand. Grab your Grappa out of the grave. It's pretty silly stuff. But that's the main deck. Side deck, we're not really worried about right now because we want to see where the ban list is going with it. Alright guys, and for the extra deck, we have Erratic Sun Dragon. He is great because you detach a unit from him, you discard as many monster cards from your hand. Now granted, Dark World monsters won't get their effect because it's a cost, but still you can pop as many cards on the field as the amount you discarded. Pretty cool card. Zombie Stein, 2 level 8s as well, and they have to be the darks, but your opponent summons a tour guide, activates an effect. You turn into defense, you detach 1 from him, tour guide loses its effect to summon. So therefore, if you're playing BA, they can't afford to special summon a BA monster out of their hand now, because now it will die because tour guide's effect is negated, if I'm not mistaken. pretty good card. Aragon the Sea Castrium. He is great because he allows me to randomly pull one. I will detach on either player's turn. I will detach one to randomly remove, to banish one card from your extra deck to play. So say I randomly chose a Quasar Dragon. Now, not only is Quasar banished, my monster will gain the attack of Quasar, which is 4,500. Pretty cool stuff. Now, probably turn into attack mode and start beating you up with a monster that was formerly your attack. Any good Dark World spawns level 4s. Dark Rebellion Dragon, excellent card, especially if he's summoned in the place where you have a 3,000 monster on the field. I detach the materials from them. My monster becomes 4,000. Yours goes down to 1,500. Pretty excellent. Ragnazero. Ragnazero for those people who like to put equip cards on monsters to make them gain attack. Or say you play Burning Abyss. Now your monsters are actually fiends, and I've got Gates of Dark World on the field. Detach, destroy your Dante. Pretty cool. Honor Arc, just because I love to steal other people's stuff. Ask anybody that's played me. Castel, just because I love to spin stuff back. Ask anybody again. Abyss Dweller. Of course, Dark World player, not a huge fan. But seeing so much of your stuff now, seeing so much of the meta now revolves around stuff activating in the grave. I will gladly on my turn, or your turn, detach to make sure that nothing goes off in the grave. Game playing card, Heartland Draco. Again, he can cause game in many a way. As long as I got a field spell on the card, detach a unit, attack directly, 2,000. Again, Cowboy, one of my favorites. I've done it before. Not the greatest way to win a game, granted, but a win is a win. You know, burn them for game, 800 life points. Downward Magician. This is a new card to me, and admittingly so. But Downward Magician you can equip to any level 3 or rank 3 monster. You know, say you get an Acid Golem out there without a overlay unit on it. Boom, Downward Magician. Pretty cool stuff. And speaking of our level 3, our rank 3s rather, I run one Leviathan Dragon. Nice to be able to beef up. Summon Tour Guide. And here's an instance, Summon Tour Guide. Grab Fiendish Rhino, overlay into this, detach Fiendish Rhino effect, send Graphic to the grave. Meanwhile, Leviathan Dragon is at 25 rather. Nightmare Shark, another great card in this deck. Again, it can be made using Tour Guides, Browse, and Fiendish Rhinos. But his effect is detach one, and any water monster you choose can attack directly. So imagine a Leviathan Dragon at 25, detach one from him, have Leviathan Dragon attack for 25. You know, you're getting down there in life points pretty quick when you're taking 25s and 25s. And Zen mains, again, a good case for Downward Magician. Downward Magician would come over here after you use all your overlay units, sit on top of them. Great card. Not to mention the effect of Zen mains. You know, Zen mains for 2 turns can, not be destroyed as long as you detach. And of course, there's another new card to me. It's Super Quantum. But basically, from what I've been told, this is basically detach. It can MST a back row card, which honestly, when you don't run Twin Twister and you run 2 MSTs and you got 2 there, so you got basically 4 MSTs in your deck. But guys, that's the build. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. There's rumor floating around Biscuit Central that there's a new contest coming up very shortly for our 500th subscriber. And guys, hang loose, have a good day, and this is Rod, and I'm from Team DBZ Biscuit. Again, hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks a lot.